I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, on whose land we are speaking today, and acknowledge their leaders past, present, and importantly emerging as well. My name is Simon Darcy. I'm a professor at the UTS Business School, but I was one of the founding members of BECN, and I just couldn't say no when I was asked to come and speak today on behalf of the Council for Intellectual Disability, Family Advocacy, the Physical Disability Council, People with Disability Australia, Spinal Cord Injuries Australia, the Stroke Recovery Association, and the Assistive Technology Suppliers. We're here today calling on all political parties to start making commitments prior to the election and then following through afterwards about the lives of people with disability at a state government level. While we acknowledge Labor's recent announcements with regard to disability, the disability organisations represented here have been clear about the priorities of the New South Wales disability community. The majority of issues that they have identified have not been responded to in a meaningful way by the major parties. As such, we're failing to recognise the 17 to 18% of people in New South Wales with disability, or the 1.4 million individuals that represents. I can't explain more clearly how important state government is for the delivery of services for people with disability. This is important because the NDIS, which takes up a great deal of oxygen, is a federal scheme with co-funded between Commonwealth and state. It only caters for 10% of people with disability with high or very high support needs. The political parties in New South Wales cannot delegate responsibility for all issues related to disability to the NDIS. The state government has the responsibility for broad community participation and also referring those other 90% of people with disability to services to support them in the community. These areas are also very important because we need them embedded within each state via the Australian Disability Strategy 2021 to 2031, which has been agreed to by all state and territories. And unless that the strategy is embedded within the state government's operations, we can't fulfil our potential as members of the community in the same way that the non-disabled are able to. The strategy's purpose is to provide national leadership towards greater inclusion, but with tailoring at state, regional and local government levels. We need to see the Commonwealth and state work together through the Reserve Fund, through the ILCs and through local area coordinators to engage all people with disability. In many areas of life, you will hear inclusion of people with disability has gone backwards coming out of COVID, and we have further marginalised. So today, we've got some ideas involving education, employment, housing, transport, and accessible communications through a blueprint developed by the Disability Advocacy Centre. I will now hand over to a range of speakers to give their perspectives and their lived experience. We start today with Jonathan Canyor from the Public Interest Advocacy Coalition to talk about discrimination in the state of New South Wales. Jonathan, I hand over to you.
I'm on.